Hey everybody, it's the Redstone Wizard here again, bringing you another episode of the Redstone Survival Guide. Today, we don't have the book because every time I change something in the book, it gets rid of it. So, I'm not going to be dealing with the book. But, today we're going to be working on a very simple ice farm. Yes, I know, this is Redstone. We're going to be doing a lot more automation. But to start, you always have to keep everything simple. So we're here by the Mushroom Island in our massive ice field. And we're going to be turning this little area into a ice farm. Yeah, a very simple ice farm. One that we don't have to worry about too much. But yeah, it's still going to be there. So let's get started. So first thing is find yourself a nice spot that you can get ice. And I'm going to be setting this up a 16 by 16 interior. So 16 stairs is needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16. And I'm using wood because we're using a pickaxe, and that will actually, it makes it a lot easier when dealing with the ice because it's not going to break. So you always use something that will not cause as much issues. That's the first thing when making these type of farms. And yes, I know I used a lot more, but I made a lot because I felt like I needed them. Alright. Yeah, we're going to make a little hut out here anyways, but so what we're going to do here is first off, block that off. Creepers. We could use lights, but that'll melt the ice floor. And I've got a little thing set up here for the next project. I just did a quick layout of it. Let me hop up here. I'm going to be upgrading the storage system, our storage that we have, because the storage we currently have is just something to be able to use to get certain blocks after we craft them and mark them, and that's going to be the categorized order, which is going to go right there. It's not going to be too impressive. It's the one originally made by Cass. So yeah, we're not going to be doing the one with the shulker box ones because I don't have shulker boxes. So this is just to get started. This is just to be able to produce items, to sort them out so we don't have to worry about it. I've been gathering the resources. I just did the chest layout just so that I have that information. But yeah, that's the next project we're going to be working on, is that storage right there. So now let's head back. I should have brought a bed with me. I had other plans, but I decided, you know what, we're going to do storage too. So now that we've got that, we're going to first off fill in these corners because we do not want water leaking everywhere. We want water only in certain areas. Now, if you noticed, I just built this directly on the ice, and I have a lot of slabs. Well, what we're going to do first off is bust out all this ice. And because at the current moment I do not have all the resources I like, we are going to be using slabs instead. And all we have to do is just keep busting out this ice. I would normally build this one block higher, but you can actually build it directly on the ice and use the ice, but there's a small little problem with that, and and let's just use this to get out. There. Okay, yeah, so the issue you would have if you build this leaving the ice alone is the water flow. We need to make sure the water fills this entire area up. So, and that's why I'm having this as slabs. And that is just to be able to have this filled in. And if we use just standard water, it's not going to fill it all in, and that's not going to be conclusive to what we need for the ice farm. So let me just, I'm just going to fill this part in, and I'll show you guys how to put the water and why we're doing it this way. This way, okay. So, yeah, and I'm going to do it here because it's so much easier. So we've got, all I got is 2 buckets of water. So I'm going to put one there, and we'll get a water source there. And we got to watch out for polar bears. But yeah, that once this whole thing gets filled with water, it doesn't matter where you mine it at. You will create water sources all over and maximize the entire thing. So if you harvest it all, you'll get a decent amount. I don't want to fight a polar bear, but looks like I might have. Nope. Okay, I got it to despawn. Yeah. So we're just going to finish putting the slabs here. Yeah, and you don't have to have the water in there immediately. I just stuck the water in immediately because I felt like it. But yeah, the whole point is now I'm going to grab... Oh, there's the polar bear. I normally don't do this, but it hit me first. There. It hit me first, so I'm not going to... And then we just continue going, utilizing the water source that we have to make more water sources. Just 2 buckets to start with, and then you go to 1 bucket. And as you continue, it's going to fill up the entire place with water. And see, we got an ice block right there. It's going to start on the edges. It will always start on the edges, but the reason why we are utilizing the water sources is to be able to turn all of this into the whole floor into a huge block of water, which then will turn into ice. And once you and if done fast enough, and okay, there we go. Now we got those water, so we can actually utilize this. Break this. That's going to increase. Break this ice, and now we got a full water source. Everything is water. And we get more ice. So what we do here is just go here and just bam, bam. Just fill this in. And it will constantly give us the water source. And now it's snowing. An easy way to tell when you are in a place where you can get ice is wait for it to rain and watch for it to snow. Because if you're getting rain, there's no ice. If it's raining, you get ice. If it's raining, you will get ice. if it's if you see snow when it's supposed to be raining, there's ice, and you can get powdered snow with it, which is something else we're going to be working on. But not just yet, because we don't need the powdered snow just yet. Okay, now we got all this filled in. The only thing left for me to do is actually take and go break you guys. And I'm not too worried about the ice. I can break all of this out. And we will first off get all this, and we'll automate a lot more of this. We'll just have to, we'll get this a lot more redstone-ified as soon as we get more resources. And we'll make them bigger, better, process it, be able to process a lot more ice. But yeah, as you can see, we can even leave the water, but then that's just going to cause us a lot more problem when we're trying to harvest. Okay, now that we got that set, we'll fill this in. And always bring more. And this is literally the simplest renewable ice farm you can get. Simple, easy build. Only thing you have to do is give it time to create the ice. Ice will never... Yeah, let me get my axe. Ice will never form in waterlogged blocks. And because of that, that's why we are using the waterlogged stairs to be able to do it. And once we get more automation and make these bigger, this is going to become a lot easier to use, a lot more efficient when it comes to gathering it. We won't have to manually collect it. We'll still have to manually wait, but that's because it's how things are. But yeah. But the ice is going to form on the edges first, and then work its way through. So there is ways you could set it up where you won't have to worry about it being from the edge to the center, but you can yeah, let me get up here. But you can do it. And so we've got, I'll just finish putting in this flooring. And it is all going to be spruce wood because, if you ask me, when it comes to mining the wood and getting the wood, spruce is the best one for manual harvest, and birch is actually the best one for auto harvest. And the reasoning is, they're straight trees. And birch consistently can grow in a smaller area than spruce. So manual use 2x2 and auto use birch. But when it comes to favored wood block, that's strictly up to you. But yeah, we'll be working on things like tree farms and whatnot as soon as we can actually get into that set. So I'll be back when I get this completely filled and with wood. Alright guys, I'm back. I had a little bit of audio issues when I initially recorded this, but I'm trying to do this. Normally I do what Etho does, but yeah, we got. I did finish the ice farm in this little clip here. It is manual. I do have a very specific way I mine. I start from the center area. I clear out the entire center, leaving one block so that the water doesn't go through, and flood out the entire thing when I don't want it to. It's all about how you control things. And as you can see, I just completely clear it out. So, but yeah, and that's clear it out completely. Then afterwards, after I do clear it out, yeah, it's so much easier to do it this way at the current moment. instead of trying to get everything in it. But then you can actually start by taking one side down, and then going to the other side and taking that side down, leaving one wall, and it'll push it all to the center. And you can actually bust out those two middle blocks, which will push them more in the center. You could put hoppers or something there to collect the ice. Just wait a bit. The ice will eventually flow there. And then bust out the rest. And at this point, you would actually have to run and collect all that ice. And yes, you can actually get more ice while this thing is being cleared, because we got two more there. And I'll take these two, turn around, there's another one and another one that just formed in. So we'll take those. Yeah, I do spend a little AFK time just relaxing, but yeah, we can get a lot of ice through this method. And the ice will never form just in the center. It will have to form on the edges. So there's ways to doing it, and which is the later projects when it comes to ice farms, because I do have some ideas I'm going to have to test out and build just to make sure that it works. But yeah, so we will continue going, and misstep right there. But yeah, so from there we do got the chests set up for the sorter. Now the sorter is just the standard categorized sorter I use. I've gathered a lot of resources to make sure I have enough. And building it, I didn't have enough. So there was a few things I have to recraft. But I will always get the resources needed, craft them up, put them together, finish a build. I do try to have more, try to have what I need plus some. Now, the question is, what do you mean by some? Well, whatever you need. You need extra. Always get extra. So, but yeah, here is what I would classify as a stage 2 farm. And by stage 2, I mean this thing is, and that right there is a stage 2. It's a auto sorter that does it. And I did do some enchanting. I got some good ones. But I'm not fully geared out, ready to really do any major projects in more dangerous areas. But yeah, so it just we just got to go and continue going and make sure that we have it. Now, if I remember right, I didn't have enough hoppers for this, so I know I'm going to have to craft some more hoppers. But once we actually get this entire thing, once I get this thing built, I will be back. So I'll be back after I get this thing built. Okay, guys, we're back. I did get it built, and like I said, this is this is technically version 2. Of course, I did a few little workups that make it work for just strictly 2, not anything else, because I would have flipped this over if I was having a shulker box loader and unloader at the same time. This is temporary. This thing is only going to be used till I can get the binary sorter built. Yeah, we're building one of those. But yeah, so I did get it all put together, built. The only issue is I don't have it programmed because I do not have it completely filled yet. But everything is good to go on it. Everything is ready to go. All I have to do is program it, clear out these chests that I just threw things in just to keep things over here. And then, well, load it up and let it run. Figure out where I want to place things. And as you saw, I was using paper, and the paper is renamed so that it's not confused with other ones. And whatever blocks I have, whatever things I have, I'm going to be utilizing it. And while I was just mining and things like that, gathering some resources, because that's what I do in between, is gather resources one way or another. I did get some dripstone. I did get some extra. I did create that just so that we are able to have some dripstone, because I'm tired of using coal, charcoal, kelp blocks for fuel. I want something better, so I want to smelt 1,500 items. No problems. And yes, my math is right. It is 1,500 because it is 15 furnaces and they smelt 100 items per furnace. So that is 1,500. I took down all the hoppers, so everything in here is just everything that's in here. I can pull out all the hoppers that are here. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to be utilizing this anymore. I'm just getting paper now, renaming it and doing it. But I have to get more paper. So I'll probably just gonna I'll probably go grab probably get an observer or 3. Probably get some and make it automated. Make this automated because it'll be so much easier. There is ways of setting up without any problems. Like let's see here. Let's see if I got an observer available. Okay, I know I'm going to need a piston. And do I got observers in here? I will set this up just automatically because I don't have enough bone meal to process it. So it's like, what are we going to do? Well, let's just do it auto. So looks like I don't have any observers. So that's just going to be a problem. There we go. Let's craft up a couple of observers and we'll do non this way I would set it up if I'm not using sticky pistons. And yeah, let's set it up in a different area. Because if I'm using sticky pistons, I would just temporary block there, sticky piston, block, sugarcane, and that would just break it always. But because I do not have sticky pistons, because I haven't got any slime at all, I'd set up front and I will throw a dust there. Now, normally what I would do is keep them all side by side, but because of not because I do not have, oh, that's we'll skip one. We'll do we'll be skipping them, doing every other one. I'll get some more and we'll just let this run automatically. And yes, I know I could probably do it a little bit more efficient, but this is just so that I don't have to stand around and manually do it. Anybody that knows me knows that I don't like manually doing anything. I'd rather just set it up auto and then get it done. So yeah, we'll get the entire setup processing so that we'll be able to get the get it set up so we can have it running, and it's gonna not be 100% lossless because I'm not that hard up for getting the sugarcane, but I do want to try and make sure I get
quite a bit, and that's just so that I can have the filtration system using the paper. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to craft up some more pistons. I need 9 more. And we will, I'll get that set up, and we'll be running it with the that. And then we'll come back when I have the filtration system done, so I can show you guys how to do that. So I will be right back in a bit.
Alright guys, I'm back, and I did get it completely built, and I did also have started loading it up. I don't have everything I need because I don't have everything. So, but yeah, I started working on trying to get them all set up. I've got this entire row ready to either it being programmed or ready to be programmed. And this one I've got a fair number. Let's see here. Yeah. I'm using 4 shovels because that will produce enough signal strength that it's going to stop it. Nothing over there. And I've got the bulk storage here. This is just temporary. And when I start processing more and more, I'll just flip a lever. Process all those in there. Letting them go to the next one before I go to do the so that I'm not working too hard on this. But if I throw anything in here that isn't part of the system like it should, we get a stack in there and it launches, pulls one out, sends it to the top. Yep. See, there it is. And we will end up having it unload everything into whatever section it needs. These are going loading into the bulk. But yeah. But besides that, I actually ended up wandering around and finding more dripstone. Why was I wandering around? These guys. Simple little bee farm. I don't have any bottles to make any honey, but I got a bee farm started. That right there is crucial because we need the honey. At some point I'm going to increase it where I don't even have to worry about it. I'll just be getting a lot per shot. But yeah, we got this processing. And the whole, yeah, and I'm going to have to end up getting everything sorted out. I'll get this thing programmed a lot more in between the episodes. Because it does take a while to program these. Deciding what you want to put where, how, gathering up the resources for it. But yeah, this is actually what I would classify my starting sorter. So we've actually done 3 types of sorting systems. 1, the manual. I don't like manual. I screw it up all the time. Then we have the standard, what I like to call the impulse sorter, which is good. It was good at one point, but there's far better ones. Then we got a categorized sorter, which actually works out really well, especially when especially with some parts. And then the next sorter we're going to do is going to be the binary. That one right there is going to be insane. I have to gather a lot of resources, so we're going to be setting up to mostly to work on that, along with a few other things like a tree farm, better fuel. That's why we have all that dripstone. And, well, get things a little more automated. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave it down in the comment section. If you want to support me, subscribe and join my Patreon. Link to that will be in the description. But you guys, this is the Redstone Wizard. Enjoy building.